Good morning. It's a great pleasure that I have this opportunity to share some thoughts about exercise and food. Thanks to Neetu Raj. So, you always wonder what's this exercise about? That too, in the current generation, current times, there seems to be a lot of emphasis on exercise, fitness, and good health. What has actually prompted this kind of an emphasis? You can see technology has a very big role to play in how we are living our life today. Days before, we had to do everything manually. There was physical labor involved in all the activities that we did on a day to day basis. But today, with the advent of technology, man can sit at one place and get all his things done through using appropriate technology. Therefore, the amount of work or the physical engagement he could do with his body parts have seriously been minimized now. Hence, we have to find artificial ways to keep ourselves fit and see that our body is getting enough activities to keep its function at the optimal level. But exercise itself has come through lot of changes. We can see in the olden days, like the days when sports and physical education were at its birth, lot of relationship with the military requirements was a part of the physical education program. Now it is being more emphasized into sports, recreation, also the range of activities that one can think of in order to exercise his body has also increased manifold. This, in fact, has made life a lot easier for us because now we have a choice. We can do something that we like to do to keep our body in optimal state of health and working. Right? For example, you can say before, fitness used to have a very strong relationship to weight training and gymnasiums. People had to go to gymnasiums, only then they were able to exercise and get fitter. But today, even when we say physical activity, it could mean any activity that you like to engage. Any activity involves your body parts movements. So you can have lots of combinations of activities which could help you achieve this target. Right? For example, today for fitness, cycling is an option, swimming is an option, even dancing is an option, rope climbing, military drills, adventure sports, all these aspects play a critical role in making you fitter, healthier, and a stronger person. Hence, exercise has found its way in our lives, though we are not very eagerly or very freely make a choice for it. Unfortunately, that is the truth. We have to find ways on how we can engage ourselves in meaningful exercises. It can be one exercise or one type of exercise which we would like to engage, or it can also be a range of exercises which I try out. The moot point here is to be regular and do the exercises as long as possible. As long as possible in the term in terms I mean on a daily basis. It is not that all the hours of the day you are only exercising. It is not like that. So half an hour, 1 hour, 45 minutes, whatever you decide, you are doing that on a regular basis. Even regular basis means if it is weekly thrice, you can continue with that schedule. If it is weekly 4 times, you are doing only in the evening, you can do it in the evening. You are comfortable doing in the morning, you can do in the morning. So exercises gives you a choice of time, of frequency in which you want to engage, but you have to engage. Today we have reached a position where everybody needs to exercise. Exercise is the only way where we can ensure that the resources that we generate for our family, for our own well-being, is not going waste, right? Also, I would like to emphasize here is that when we say exercises, we cannot put the burden on somebody else. It is not like a car or or some kind of facility where you can pay money or you can make somebody else do the work and you benefit in the meantime, in the means. But that is not possible with exercising, because it is your body. Nobody else can do the work for you. You have to commit yourself, you have to make an effort and see that you are exercising whatever minimum possible on a very regular basis. So exercise starts and ends with you. So how healthy you want to be in carrying out your everyday activities will depend on how much of attitude, positive attitude you have towards exercising in life. So this is the value of exercise which I would like to emphasize. There's a range of exercises. There's no limit for the type of exercises you can choose. So as I have mentioned before also, you don't have to stick to one type of exercise regularly. If you like doing it, fantastic, go on with it. If you want to have a change of activities also, it is fine, as long as you are exercising and trying out different options on a regular basis. You are working your body parts on a regular basis for a specific period of time, then that is surely beneficial to you. And there's a good saying comes to my mind at this time, which we often hear: all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? So, but I would like to just make a small modification and present it this way: all work and no play makes me a dull boy. We are not worried about Jack. Jack is happy and he is gone. So we better think of ourselves. So the saying has to be aptly put as: all work and no play makes me a dull boy. That will make some kind of a spark to come out and make me engage physically and see that I have some minimum amount of exercises on a regular basis. Fine. So now when we start doing the exercises, we need nutrition and energy to supplement what we have lost. Okay. So when we exercise, we have to give enough nutrition. We have to have enough food so that whatever energy we expend is replenished adequately, right? So it is simple case of balancing what activities we do to what kind of nutrition we have. Many times what happens, because one day we indulge, we try to do heavy exercising the next day, thinking that okay, I didn't control my eating habit in the last meal, so I better expend everything out so that I become normal again. Actually, this is actually something stopgap. So I would rather say, whatever you have developed as a pattern, as a regular basis, one day of indulgence, one day of breaking it, actually doesn't matter. You fall in the regular pattern as quickly as possible. Maybe one meal you had too much, that I don't think it is going to make so much of a difference, because the body is already tuned to what you do regularly rather than what happens once in a while. So don't try to push yourself harder in case you have you have a very sumptuous meal sometimes. There's a small strategy also which you can use. Say for example, I like ice cream. Okay, so what I can do is, when I want to feel, when I want to have an urge, or when I'm in a position where I want to indulge in enjoying an ice cream, what I would rather do is skip the meal and have just ice cream, right? So the problem comes when I am having my regular food, whatever rice, chapati, whatever number, and then try to add whatever ice cream I have decided or what I like to what I have already had, what I regularly have as meals. I know that today I have to have ice cream. So it may be, this is just a strategy. So maybe you can check out avoiding rice and having just ice cream for the meal. So that way we can try to compensate, and the urge for you to taste or enjoy the food also is not lost. So a day or two of indulgence really doesn't matter as long as you are regularly exercising. So what is the role of food and nutrition in our body? You see, ultimately every food that we eat has to nourish the cells. The cells are full of chemicals. Our food has to be ultimately broken down into chemical structures which can be absorbed by the cells. Therefore, whatever we have, the end product is going to be in chemical proportion, for which we have to account for. So we can say, as a simple formula, the food we eat should be in balance of the activities we do. So there are two ways, like we say, we can exercise based on the quantity we eat. We can have our activities based on the quantities we eat, or we can adjust the quantity of food based on the regular activity that we do. Okay, so these are the two options that are available. As long as there is a balance between what we do and what we eat, it is absolutely perfect. So what happens here is, when we are young, school, college, our metabolism is working in perfect order. We are very much energetic. We are able to have a very positive attitude towards engaging physically. So we tune ourselves to certain eating habits. When we are young, we want to try new things, we want to indulge. But then what happens is, as we grow older, we stick to the eating pattern. But the physical activity that we used to do when we were young, that takes a toll, because we are starting to work, we are having some commitments here, we are having some commitment there. So whatever physical engagements that we had, that has reduced in a big way, but this has not compromised the food eating habits of it. So what happens as we progress, we think is, I am eating only what I am regularly eating. I was doing this since I am 20. So what is the big deal? Yeah, right. What is the big deal as far as the food is concerned? But where the problem has been is, what activities you did when you are 20, are you pursuing it even now when you are 40? So when that proportion is calculated, we have to make an adjustment. So we have to make a compromise. If you are continuing with the activity, super. If not, we can make some adjustments in our eating pattern. Again, I'm telling, it is not a crash diet. You suddenly stop eating everything, or you completely radically change the way you eat. Not necessary. We can make minor adjustments in our eating habits and see that we are keeping very good health. For example, older people can compromise on dinner. After eating food, you are probably going to sleep. So that really doesn't the body doesn't require so much of energy for sleeping. Therefore, whatever compromise you do with the food during the night, it should be maximum. Breakfast is a very, very important food in our everyday diet plan. Hence, there should never be any compromise with breakfast. Compulsory breakfast. Lunch, medium. And any compromise with diet pattern or food should be with dinner. So this is a small formula I can give. When you are young, probably you can have all the three meals can be good and nutritious. As you grow older, and when you are seeing that your activities have come down drastically when you were young, so you can look at the options of compromising or adjusting with the food. There is also no need that you change what you eat also drastically. You can go around with whatever you are regularly having, as long as you work on the quantity, right? So you work on the quantities. Little by little you can reduce it, or as I told before, if you want to indulge in what you like, that day you try to compromise with whatever food you have. And when to eat, what to eat, and how to eat, these becomes the critical questions that require to be answered when you are having your food. So you will, I have given an explanation also how to eat. Eat what you regularly have, reduce the quantities. When to eat, breakfast important, any compromise with dinner. What to eat, what you regularly have is fantastic, make slight adjustments, that is all important. And what to eat is based on how much activities you do. So this is the way you can balance. And ultimately, one question that everybody needs to ask is that, am I living to eat or eating to live? Okay, so this is the question which you need to answer, and I'm sure when you think about it, you will know what way you can adjust your diet. Again, I'm telling, not change, adjust your diet and manage your physical activities on a regular basis, so that you can be healthy as long as you like, right? So manage your exercise and adjust your diet. This is my mood point for you. I once again thank you all for your patient listening and time. I hope you all have a very good day and a fantastic life ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you, Neetu. Take care.